Hello, friends. So for today's practice, slow flow practice, we're going to start off on the ground. We will do banana pose for yin. So you will just know that that's coming up. But we'll want to have a strap handy because we'll do some strap work as well while we're on our backs. So you could choose supported bridge, supported bridge or legs up the wall, or shavasana. We're going to save supported fish for the end. And if you'd prefer to rest in neutral, you can take your knees together and feet wide. And once you've settled in, take a couple of cleansing breaths. Big inhale, open mouth sigh. And again, in through your nose, out through your mouth. Seal your lips and start to draw your breath through the nose. And just maybe a little constriction through the back of the throat. Allow your eyes to close if you haven't already. And we're just going to ground. So just becoming aware of any portions of the body that are in contact with the floor. Just tune in there. If you're in supported bridge, you could always do leg extensions, one or both at the same time. And if you started out in legs up the wall, at any time, you can always bring your feet to the floor and turn it into supported bridge. You can adjust the arms or even take the arms overhead if that feels good. Stretch, broadening across your chest. Coming into a slightly stronger Ujjayi breath. If you're doing leg extensions, one side, switch. If it's something that speaks to you, set a personal intention for practice. Something that maybe empowers you or brings you a sense of joy, peace, comfort. Take a breath, sigh it out. We'll slowly bring both feet flat to the floor. If you're on a prop, you're going to lift off your block, lower your butt back down to the floor. If you've been in Shavasana, slide your feet in flat, tent the knees together. And then let's rest the hands on tummy for a moment. Natural lumbar curvature. And for group intention, just send out loving kindness to any and all who need it for peace, comfort, strength, courage, and compassion. A little windshield wiper of your knees side to side. Let's do 3 brief bridge poses just to fire up the glutes and lower back before we go into our banana pose. Bend your elbows, push into the backs of the arms and your feet. Inhale, hips up. Always okay to make those little adjustments. Press through your feet. And we lower the hips back down. Try not to smash your back to the floor. Keep natural lumbar curvature. Press down, pull belly in, and we lift up. Two more big breaths into your chest. And we slowly lower back down. Pause. Reset. Press down, inhale up. Some might take the arms underneath and interlace if that's not too intense for your shoulders. Some of you might even explore super heel. Feet flat. Release your arms. And slowly your butt comes down. Adjust your shoulders and your back, a little windshield wiper of the knees. And then we're going to extend the legs long. Take arms overhead. I'm going to get the timer ready. We're going to go over to the right side. So head, shoulders, upper body kind of shimmy over to the right. We can turn our head and then the feet are going to sweep over to the right as well. Now, if there's any, sensitivities with your lower back in general, I would say don't take the feet quite so far, usually, because we can take them pretty far and then that kind of twerks the hips a little bit. And close your eyes. Soften whole body. Relax your head and neck, your jaw, shoulders. Breathe down deep into your belly. And some of you might also play with crossing the ankles. Try both ways and see which one you favor. Full deep breaths. Smooth in and out through your nose. So with each exhale, another layer peels off and we soften, sink deeper. And one more big breath here. We're going to come back slowly into Shavasana, center of the mat. There's no rush. I'm going to move actually kind of sloth-like, really. And stay in tune with your body. Just observe as the sensation slowly diminishes. And let's go for the other side. So arms overhead, head, shoulders, upper body kind of shimmy to the left, butt stays flat. And then the feet will go over to the left too. If you crossed the ankles or turned your head slightly to one side, just mirror the opposite of what you did on the right. We're already on the clock. Smooth, deep breaths. Breathe in, relax. Exhale, body softens. Do a slow scan, starting with one end and working to the opposite. Just notice if there's any tension. Maybe we can soften a bit. You might also direct your breath into, the tension that you observe and just watch what happens. And the last big breath here. No rush. Moving back to the center of the mat into Shavasana. Tune into sensation. And slide your feet in flat to the floor. Set up for bridge. Adjust your pelvis. Feet as needed. Press down. Inhale up. And don't feel like you have to go to your highest point. And actually, feel like your butt is almost hanging or drooping into a hammock a little bit. Press through the feet. And lower your hips back down to the floor. You're going to grab your strap. Take the strap to the sole of your right foot, right leg in the air. And 3 times, knee into chest, inhale. Exhale, we kick up. 2 more, inhale. Exhale. 1 more. Tune into how it feels in your back for a moment. Lower back. Stay with left foot or extend left leg long. Now notice how it feels in your lower back and then also hamstrings right side. Slide your left foot back in and then gently pull. You might notice your leg moves quite a few more inches toward you, or maybe even just 1, that's fine. Take your strap in your right hand and open your leg out to the right. Ujjayi breath. If there's any pain in or around the knee, we bend the knee. More sensation, flex the foot, pull a little on your strap. 2 more breaths. We bring right leg back center. Pit stop for IT band stretch. Might just extend the left leg a little bit more forward. And push out through your right heel. Woo. And then we'll work into our twist. So you might tuck the left hip underneath you. You might also ditch your strap and bend your right knee, especially if that feels better in your body. Right arm and gaze can go out to the right. Check in with your breath. One more big belly breath. Bring right leg back center. Square off your hips. Pull toes overhead one more time. And we'll switch sides. So now left foot into the air. Right foot flat. 3 times knee straight into chest. Exhale, we kick it up. 2 more. Breath in. Exhale, extend. Last time. We'll pause. Straighten the leg. A little bit of Uddiyana Bandha core lock. You could always stay and skip this part. Maybe we extend the right leg out. Just for a moment, notice how it feels in your back. Hamstring left side. Slide the right foot back in. And then notice if it's a little, your leg comes a little bit closer. Strap in our left hand. Open your leg out to the left. Check in with your breath. You can always use a block or a bolster underneath your foot or leg. A little bit of Uddiyana Bandha core lock, but breath still full. One more. And bring left leg back center. Strap in right hand. IT band stretch. Whew. One more. We're going to work into our twist. You might tuck right hip further underneath you. So you're on the outside edge of your right hip. Your lower back and your pelvis is basically perpendicular to the floor, straight up and down. Maybe gaze and left arm go left. We can always ditch the strap and bend the left knee, taking traditional supine twists. Last couple of breaths here. One more. Use core. Bring yourself back center. Once you square off your hips, we'll go toes overhead one more time. Ditch your strap. Hug both knees up and into your chest. Grab the backs of your thighs and rock and roll up And we'll take a brief boat pose. So if it feels okay to rock and roll, you might do it, oh, I don't know, 3 to 5 times. And then we're going to come up, balance on our sits bones, heels to the floor. Hold on to the backs of your thighs, lean back, and then top of sternum, we pull up. Maybe arms extend, shoulders stay looped on our back, sternum up. Extra, you might lean back a little bit, lift your feet up off the floor, shins about parallel. Keep drawing up through sternum. Heels can always come back down to the floor, stay lifted, and we're gonna go right and left. Main thing here, strong core, and we keep our sternum drawing up. If you wanna lift your hip, you know, like that little add-on, we can do that for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring your feet to the floor. Allow your knees to part wide. Lift up through your sternum. We're going to lean forward just a little, and then we might pull, adjust the pelvis, lift up again. Some might interlace your hands at the knife edge of the feet, lift up, and then hinge. So don't round. Maybe a little push against the soles of the feet against one another. Knees might splay a little wider. Take a breath. Stay with the half lift or explore a forward fold. Just a couple of breaths into your back. Lift up. Knees together, and we'll come onto hands and knees and take a few rounds of cat and cow. Wrists below the shoulders, hands about shoulder width apart. You might go a little bit wider, especially if you like to explore side to side motion or circular motion. Whatever feels good. You might tuck the toes under and stretch the bottoms of the feet a little. Come back, center. Okay, let's just take a quick peek around us and see that we have space on both sides of us, because we're going to go off to the side with our leg. So just make sure you have some space. Okay, take your knees wider than hips, almost like you're going to go into child's pose, but we're not. Right hand almost center. Not quite though. Reach left arm up, inhale. Left arm threads and press down into right. Inhale, left up again. Exhale, thread. One more. Push down, reach up. Exhale, thread, and we'll stay here. So to add on, give a little push into your right palm. And then you can push over onto the left knee. Right leg opens out to the right side of us. Kind of like when we do our gate pose. We side bend over the leg. Just directing a little bit more weight into the left shoulder. Some of you might wrap your right arm behind your back. Take 2 more breaths here. Right hand in front of the face. Press down. Come to both hands flat. Sneak your left knee in so it's underneath the frontal hip point. When you're ready, come up for gate. Inhale. We side bend over our right leg. Ujjayi. We're going to take the left hand down at the left side of us and come into modified Vashisthasana. So right foot can slide in. Want the left wrist stacked below the shoulder. Maybe right arm reaches overhead. Some of you might decide to lift the right foot up, flexing the toes to the kneecap. Check in with your breath. Bring your foot back down. Give a little push off of the left hand. Come back up. Exhale, hands to the floor. Strong core, pull tummy in. And then we're gonna lift and hover, right foot off to the side. Extend your right leg back. Reach through your heel. Extend left arm forward. Inhale. Knee to elbow, exhale. 2 more, inhale. Hug it in. 1 more. Draw in. Inhale, lengthen. Stay, or you can bend the knee. You might reach back. You might reach back and then capture. Slowly turn on the kick. Check in with your breath. Extend front back. Release hand and knee to floor. Come into embryo. We'll give the wrists and the shoulders a moment of reprieve. If you want to kind of lift the hands and roll the wrists or point back and forth, I'm going to give a little release. Ujjayi breath. The one thing that I love about this little sequence and all that's various variations is that it really taps into core, 360 degrees around your body. It's also great at helping to strengthen up the arms and shoulders. And work your balance. We're going to come back up onto hands and knees. We'll take the knees almost like child's pose, so big toes toward one another. Now left hand in a little bit, just left of the midline. Right arm reaches up. Take a big breath. Exhale, thread. We tap right shoulder down. We can always adjust left palm, left hand, that's fine. Unwind, reach up. Exhale, thread. 1 more. Inhale. Exhale. Tap the right shoulder down, right side of head. Give a little push into the, if you want this next add-on with the leg out to the side. You know, push into the left hand, lean a little bit over into your right knee to free the left leg out to the side. Foot flat. And possibly half bind left arm behind your back. A couple more breaths. Left hand comes to the floor in front of our face. Press down. Free the right hand to bring it to the floor. Bring right knee in a little bit more because it's wide. So we want to bring it underneath you. When you're ready, we come up, side bend into our gate over the left leg. Left toes can pivot out slightly. Pranayama. I'm going to cartwheel the arms over. So right hand comes down. You can always place the hand on the floor and then adjust. Reach up. Maybe left arm overhead. Maybe left foot lifts up, flexing the toes to kneecap. Strong core. Breath through the nose. Bring left foot back down. Push off the right hand, come center. Exhale, hands to the floor. Wrists below the shoulders, press down, pull tummy in. And then we're gonna lift that left foot up. Ooh, glute. Extend left leg straight behind us, belly pulls in, right arm forward. Inhale, knee to elbow. 2 more, inhale, exhale. Last one, hug it in. We go long, we can stay. We could bend the knee, reach back. Some might capture and start to gently turn on the kick. Ujjayi. Slowly release, inhale. Exhale, hand and knee to floor. Knees together, embryo. If you turned your head to the other or to one side last go around, switch sides. If your forehead is center, that's fine. Let your shoulders just slump forward off your body. Arms relax. Breath to your belly to help stretch your back. Downward facing dog. Pedal your heels. Maybe you want to explore a little turbo dog for extra core. Lift your heels, bend your knees. Walk, step, or hop to the top. Halfway lift. Let's float our arms. Next inhale, standing. Exhale, hands to heart space. Prayer up, maybe a hint of a back bend. Exhale, swan dive. Halfway lift. Plant your hands, walk back to dog. High push up. Knees can come down, chaturanga, cobra or up dog. And we move back to down dog. Right leg lifts up. Right foot steps forward, crescent lunge. When you're ready, come up, reaching skyward. Feet on railroad tracks. And if you want to keep the hips higher, that's okay. This stance can be shorter. Exhale, open, warrior 2. Reverse. And you find your footing before you reverse. Right knee out. Extended side angle, left arm overhead, and use your right arm into the thigh bicep to lift out of the right shoulder. Pranayama. Inhale up, warrior 2. Pivot forward, crescent lunge. Kind of gonna go somewhere a little bit different, but I have full faith. Bend your left knee a little. Eagle wrap, left arm under. Crossed elbows, maybe at wrists. We can always grab for shoulders, fine, yeah? So lean a little bit forward. Some of you might hop your left foot in. One step before we go left leg up and over, making your way to eagle. Squeeze the legs into one another. Lean back. Release. Feet touch. Arms sweep up. Exhale, swan dive. Halfway lift. Plant your hands, walk back to dog. Option to vinyasa. Remember, we can skip it. Chaturanga, cobra or up dog. Back to down dog. Left leg lifts, inhale. Left foot steps forward, crescent lunge. Keeping hips square. Arms could always be wide or even a big bend in the elbows. Sternum pulls up. Strong through right leg and glute. Exhale, open, warrior two. Reverse warrior. Extended side angle. Try to lengthen both sides of the rib cage. Sometimes those left ribs like to crunch together. Inhale up, warrior two. Pivot back, forward, crescent lunge. We might even shorten the stance here, so a little bit higher with the hips. Right arm under. You can always grab shoulders. Lean forward. Right leg up and over. Wrapping into our eagle. Toes could be a kickstand on the floor. Check in with your breath. Squat. Release. Feet to touch. Inhale. Exhale, mountain pose. Feet stay together or come toward one another. Utkatasana, bend your knees. Exhale, hands to heart. Lift your shoulders. Twist of choice. So we could go left elbow outside of right knee, or we could just extend the arms front and back for a little bit more of a gentle twist. Weights in the heels, inner thighs hugging together. Stay with your breath through the nose. Come back center, hands at heart, lift, inhale. Legs talking to us, I know. Stay with it, breathe, and twist to your left. Pull up through your sternum, tummy in. 3, 2, hands center, press up. When you get to the top, tuck your tail, firm up the thighs and glutes, and then we do a little back bend here. We might also go for head support with the hands behind head or low back. Come back upright. Release. Mountain pose. Separate your feet a couple of inches. Relax your arms by your sides. Close your eyes and maybe a big open mouth. Take a moment to tune in. Feel the contact of your feet with the floor, your mat. Allow your awareness to travel upward through your body. And loop your shoulders up and back. To work just a little bit more balance, and it'll be a short sequence, I promise. Take your blocks to the front, top, right, and left. We'll do tree pose, and we'll step it back, just so you know where we're going. We're gonna step it back into like warrior one or pyramid pose legs. So kind of a shorter, not quite as big as a warrior two. Pivot your left knee off to the side. So we're balancing on the right foot first. Pick up your left foot above or below your knee. And give a good push through right foot, lift up tall. Maybe reaching up, taking another arm variation. Hands come to heart. Gonna give a little bend in the right knee. Step the left foot back. Bend, so warrior one, bend into your right knee, and we might take the feet a little bit wider. When you're ready, arms skyward. Exhale, cactus. Reach up. Exhale, hands come to hips. We're gonna straighten the right leg. We might take the left foot in just a little bit for pyramid. Bump so the hips, the frontal hip points are square, straight forward. lift up, flare your butt behind you, maybe a slight bend in the knees, come forward. Maybe we grab our blocks. We can stay lifted tall, squaring hips, or if you want to round, head down toward right shin. Hands can come to the floor. Some of you might even explore interlacing the hands at low back for shoulder rinse, or possibly, depending on, you know, how it works for you and your body or practice, especially balance-wise, you can interlace the hands at the back of the left knee and bind there. Check in with your breath. We're going to go hands to the blocks or floor and then come to blocks. Bend your right knee and step forward. Walk out your knees. Take your feet wide. Slowly squat down into malasana. Lift up and tuck chin to chest. Press the palms together. Take about 2 or 3 more breaths here. And lift your head. You might even go hands on your block. Slowly come all the way up to standing. If you want to kind of walk out the knees, shake the hips a little side to side, do. And then we're going to prepare for the next side. So starting off with tree and then eventually stepping back to that warrior one. Shift the weight onto your left foot. Pivot your right knee off to the side. Vrikshasana. So foot above or below the knee or toes to the floor for a little kickstand. Drishti. So gazing point with the eyes, one spot. We can keep the hands at heart, staying lifted through sternum. You might reach up, push the walls out. Pranayama. Hands back to heart space. You're going to step the right foot back, adjust the feet, come into a warrior one. Exhale, cactus the arms down, arch the spine to pull sternum up. Reach up. Exhale, hands come to hips. Soften the shoulders. Straighten the left leg. We might adjust the feet and step the back foot in just a smidgen for pyramid. Parsvottanasana. Bump right hip forward. Inhale. Flare the tush back. Come forward. Either grabbing the blocks to help support the halfway lift with the back, or possibly rounding. Maybe adding on the bind, whether it's at the lower back or the back of the right knee. Ujjayi. You're bound. You're going to bring the hands to the floor and then the blocks. We lengthen. Bend the left knee, blocks forward. We step forward. Walk it out. And let's come down all the way onto our bottom. I'm going to turn to face you. Let's go square. Just for a brief hip stretch here. If you want to do double pigeon, that's an option. If square doesn't work for you and you want to be on your back reclined, you could go right ankle, left knee. So right shin in front, lean a little forward, adjust your hips, pull, sits bones rotates down. Inhale, and then slowly come forward. A block might come in really handy in front of the shin to support the forearms and the upper body weight a little. Gentle Ujjayi breath. So we're in square or double pigeon, right leg in front. Soften your face, your jaw. I'm gonna lift up and lean back. A little windshield wiper of your knees side to side. And we'll switch. So now left shin in front. If you're on your back, left ankle to right knee. Double pigeon, left ankle on top of the right knee. Otherwise, square, left shin in front. Make adjustments of the knees, ankles, hips. When you're ready, we round forward. And smooth, deep breath. About 3 more breaths here. Slow, deep one. We'll lift up. We're going to prepare for a little guided meditation. Lean back, windshield wiper your knees. We're going to do a heart chakra meditation, just centered in the heart space. And if it feels okay for your body, I would recommend, if it feels okay, supported fish. Just to add just a little bit more opening to heart space. If you have a bolster, use it. If you have your 2 blocks, that's fine. One at the back of the head and then one the bottom of the block toward the lowest point of your shoulder blade. If you're using the bolster, you just want to make sure the bolster can be a little bit below the shoulder blade, but we don't want it butted up to the lower back. And take your arms out. You can adjust the pelvis or even rest in neutral here in supported fish. But you want to make yourself comfortable. And so any of those last minute little adjustments to be 10 to 15% more comfortable. Close your eyes. Relax your face and jaw. Soften across the front of your chest, collarbones, the fronts of the shoulders, down through the arms. Your fingertips gently curl in because your hands are soft and relaxed. Take a big breath. Gently sigh it out your mouth, allowing your whole body to get even heavier, more relaxed. Bring your attention to your heart space. Taking several breaths here. Tension at your heart. And if you like visualization, use your imagination and visualize a green orb of light, any shade of green that fancies. Maybe it's grass green or emerald green. And as you breathe, this green orb of light, on the inhale, it starts to grow a little bit, spins around. On the exhale, it contracts or shrinks just a little bit. Next inhale, it grows even bigger. And this orb of light, this energy, can reach and expand outside of you. Each breath, opening, growing. Tension at your heart space. Feel the ground beneath you, your pelvis heavy. You're rooted, stable, connected. Heart is open to giving and receiving love freely. Soften the muscles between the eyebrows, all the way around your eyes, cheeks and jaw. Whole body soften. Honoring love. Thank you for this day of vastly expanding the capacity of my heart. Thank you for helping me lean into the comfort of infinite love and for my ability to inspire it everywhere I go. There are times when I cannot speak of what I love because I fear my expressions will not be appreciated. My affections won't not reciprocated. Help me during these moments to realize that love moves in one direction, out of me, and that's all that matters. I understand that what I give out comes back in its way, not always the form I expect. Help me to trust that there is enough love for me in the empty spaces where love has left me. Let me conjure faith to be open to all forms of love, which are moving around and through me at all times. Dress my language in the sacred robes of adoration. Fill my mouth with genuine tribute so that I can shower others generously. I know I can be an open vessel despite the ways I've been hurt. Help me remember that it is not love that has hurt me. It is the absence of love that causes the ache. Teach me to increase my commitment to love. Let me learn to give and receive your most sacred treasure. Allow me to be dogmatic about just one thing, the vow to love and the lavish, excessive distribution of it. Pixie Light Force. The essence of your spirit is love. You are love. You are whole, and there needs absolutely no fixing. It's an honor, a privilege, and a pleasure. I bow to you. Namaste.